There we are. I was acting like I've never done this before. How are you guys doing today? Sorry, I was a little running a few minutes late. Yeah, about a minute. Uh, I haven't had my camera or any of my stuff set up in the fish room in quite a while. Everything I've been doing lately has been from the the dining table. So I was trying to set this up, and I didn't realize how dirty my microphone and headset had gotten from sitting in here in the garage unused. But other than that, I just want to say thank you guys for coming in. I know it's kind of a late stream for you guys that are in the East Coast, especially on a work night. But it's I guess Friday. No, it's not Friday. It's Saturday for me. Hmm. I don't work. I didn't work today. Matter of fact, today I spent most of the day in the fish room, installing my air loop, which is about 3/4 of the way done. I've been doing it by myself, so it's a little tricky. You have to find you have to be creative. You have to get creative as far as how you're going to hold up the lines. Luckily, there's a lot of stuff in here that I can hang up a lot of those lines on, and not really have to worry about that. But let me take a little time to acknowledge some of you guys that are here today. I don't have an excuse today because I don't have a guest, and so there's no reason. Excuse me, no real reason. So let's go up here. Who's the first one? Hey Ben, thank you for being here. Yeah, that was this afternoon. Unfortunately, the reason that sunset's so beautiful is because there's a bunch of fires north of us. I guess northwest. I guess up in the LA area. So what you were seeing there was the sun going down behind a lot of that smoke that's lingering in the horizon. But I thought it was a pretty cool image. Hey, Laro, thanks for being here today. Yes, she's one of the fellow fish keepers here in Yuma. She's actually somebody that we've kind of exchanged stuff. She got some shellies from me. I got some lights from her, some gravel. We've done a couple of things back and forth, so it's been really nice to have another hobbyist here in Yuma. And actually, I'm finding out there's quite a bit of people that that are hobbyists here for a relatively small community. I think we're only about 100,000, maybe. That's including the winter the winter visitors, and the military always fluctuates. That always goes up and down based on what they have going on at the base. It is a Air Marine Corps base. So we get a lot of trainees coming in through and stuff like that. They get stationed out here for intermittent amounts of times. But anyways, let me continue with the hellos before I get sidetracked. So I said hello to Ben, hello to Laro, Jeff Kane, thank you for being here. Benjamin Peters, thank you for joining us tonight. Renee, thank you. Vinoski, the Bud Files, Christine, Sweet Acre Koi Farms, Silver Creek Wildlife. Tommy, thank you for being here. Let's see, is that pretty much? Oh, Kyle, don't you got to work in the morning, Kyle? Outside in. Aquatics is also here. Well, anyways, I know it's not clickbait. The title, phone call. Okay. I actually did something. Even though I've had the fish room for, well, I guess about 2 years, because it's roughly coincides with me starting up my channel right around the time. Well, what I would consider a fish room. I had a 20-gallon tall and a 55 when I was living in Mexicali, but that's not really a fish room. That was just a couple of tanks. But it wasn't until I moved here, and this right behind me is actually would be the original the original stand that I built for my fish room, which I don't think it's changed. It's basically been the same thing since day one. Uh, so it's still the same aquariums. That hasn't changed. What's changed is if you guys used to watch my previous live streams, I used the background used to be different because my fish room was set up like in a horseshoe, and what I ended up doing was removing part of that, or a U shape, really more like a U shape, and kept this here, and then moved all the other aquariums. Hey Jim, all the other aquariums up against the wall. And there's a couple of reasons why I did that. One, the very first one, obviously, is because I wanted to open up the space and not feel so crowded. At the same time, I thought I was going to be able to do a lot more aquariums in here, but I'm finding out that I don't need to. I think I have plenty with the ones that I have. I was counting them the other day. It's like 32 tanks, but all my tanks are varying in size. The very large one is the 150 that I put in that rolling rack. I have a 125, which is also a 48 inch. It's only a 4 foot in length. And so that's what I got going on. Hey, Koi Pit, thanks for coming in tonight. Um, so that's one of the main reasons why I haven't really done much as far as doing my regular live streams where I have a guest on, other than the stuff that I do with Funk, but that's just because it's real easy. And it's just me and Funk talking about our experiences. So there's really no prep for that. There's nothing to it other than just really, you know, talking smack about each other and talking about tanks. So that's easy to do, and it doesn't take much planning. I know I was asked the other day if it's like a normal stream that we'll be doing, and the answer is a little bit tricky because it's yes, it'll be normal. It's something that me and Funk enjoy doing together. Hey, Jose, thanks for coming in. Hey, Jake, thanks for coming in. It's something that me and Funk enjoy doing. Just about anybody that's talked to Funk knows he's pretty entertaining. But he also knows a lot about the hobby. And so we can have, instead of just a silly conversation, we can talk about, our takes on things that we're doing, why we do them the way we do. And, but the question was if we would planning to have guests. But the thing is, we haven't even really thought much about it. It's just kind of like a spur of the moment. Funk will call me that morning and say, "Hey, dude, I have an idea," and he'll tell me what it is, and then, "Do you want to go live?" And it's like, "Yeah, let's go live." So that's why it's kind of hard to say that it's a scheduled or to do that. It's usually more of a spur of the moment kind of thing. Hey, Debs, thanks for coming in. Uh, so that one is, we're just kind of playing it by ear. It's been fun so far. So for the foreseeable future, it's something that I think Funk and I both enjoy doing. But getting back to what the title about me doing something today, what I was saying is that I've had this fish room up and running for about 2 years, and I've had the constant question has been, why do you have a fish room? Are you planning on selling fish? And to be honest, at the very beginning, it wasn't even anything like that. In the beginning, it was really being just a hoarder. I wanted to keep as many tanks with as many species as possible. So that's why I was doing it. But the longer I've been doing this, hey Brandon, the longer I've been doing this, the more that I've kind of found an interest in. You're not blue. Oh my god. Oh, oh, yeah, that's right. Let me put it on. Let me do my thing. Oh, wait up. There's a couple things I need to do. I need to get Brandon a blue wrench. Now, for those of you that are coming in, The whole purpose of me doing the whole wrench thing and giving people wrenches really goes back to Father Fish. I saw him do it. He's the very first one that I've seen do something like that. And I like the idea that it allows anybody that's coming in to be able to check out anybody that's in the stream to check out their live stream. I mean, not their live streams, but their channel. And you don't have to be waiting for somebody to drop a link for somebody to do that. That's one of the things that usually frustrates me because I see a new name on a chat and I immediately want to go check them out. So since that's something that I like doing, I figured, hey, what the hell? I'm pretty sure other people would probably enjoy that. It makes it easy. I know several of us are always looking for new channels, new content, trying to make our community grow. And I find that's like the very best way. No, Laryl, your channel is not, it's not lame. But you know, you're a little bit more private. I know that for a fact. And you're not really seeking to garner popularity or anything like that. You just share what you've been doing with the fish that you have and you enjoy it. I think more, if I had to put you in a category, I think you're just looking more to grow your community and have more people that you could talk fish with. So, that's perfectly fine. That's most of us here. That's the real reason we're here is we enjoy the interaction with each other. It gives us an opportunity to talk fish with other people. I don't know about you, but like in my family, and we're quite a big family. I've got, just on my dad's side, I've got over 20 cousins. Um, and that's not even counting on my mom's side. And nobody in the family other than myself is keeping aquariums. My brother, my middle brother, he kept them for a while, but that's just because his kids were small and they used to like them. Mm. And once they lost interest in it, he just got rid of his tank. He had a 55 with some angels in it. The very typical. But like for us, Laro, that we're out here isolated, this is a great way to meet other people that share our passion for these little fish and be able to make friends. I've made a lot of friends in the 2 years that I've been doing this that I would have probably have never met had it not been for the platform. Because out here in Yuma, for one thing, there isn't anywhere to go hang out. There's no fish club. And about a third of the year it's like cooking, so nobody wants to be outside. But it's just, this is nice. This is a way to interact with people from all over the world, literally. Oh, no, wait, that's right. I got sidetracked, dude. I am so sorry. Anybody that knows me for any amount of time knows that I'm like the dog that sees a squirrel and gets sidetracked immediately. Let me see. What the hell? YouTube is not liking me. All right, that's going on. I'm trying to find okay, I got to go to my own channel to be able to find it quicker. There it is. Sorry for the dead air. All right, Braden. Let's get you moderated. There you go, sir. Any other unhighlighted names other than... All right, so now with that, anybody that you want to go check out, just click on their name and it'll give you the option to check out their channel. If you like what they're doing, then you can give them a sub. I really find this to be a critical part of growing the community, especially like when you're first starting out, especially if you're starting out as a content creator, you're kind of like out there by yourself. It's not until somebody I guess from the fold finds you and kind of brings you in. I know Alex did that for the koi pit. So I know Kyle kind of did that for you, Braden, and so forth. It's just kind of a way to. Oh, that's right. It's because he hasn't posted anything. Let me go all the way to the top. I think it's when I saw him. There he is. And there you go. Hmm. I really like this because it allows us to support each other. One thing is to tell people to go check out somebody or so and so, but it's a lot easier, at least for me, if I can go there directly, don't have to wait for somebody to drop a link or try to. The other problem that I get frustrated with is sometimes when you go to look for the name that appears in the chat is not necessarily what the channel name is on YouTube, or they either so new that it just buries them, and it's hard to find them. I've spent hours and hours trying to find people that I see in chats because I'm not moderated, and sometimes I just give up, and then come to find out that their actual channel name is not the name that appears in chat. So that makes it a little bit confusing. Where, Jake? On my live stream? But that they're not really lying. So it's just I just find it more functional, and it allows people to go see other people's content, and if you like it, you grow. They'll sub, and move on forward from that. So I just find it easier. I really that was one of the things that I really liked about Father Fish when he started doing that, and that's kind of what he explained. He goes, it allows you guys to explore and get to find. I'm finding it hard to dedicate time to making videos and being a family. I understand the struggle, Brandon. I think we all kind of go through the same thing. All of us have either full-time jobs, full-time families, and sometimes it's hard. And then the other thing is the inspiration, trying to create, because especially when you're starting off, you're going, well, I can't do a video on this because somebody's already done it. And that's just the other thing. Like most of my stuff, it's just been me sharing my experience here in the fish room. That's all I do. I'll share with you guys any changes that are going on, any things that are happening, and that's pretty much it. I seldom, if not ever, I don't think I've ever done like a species spotlight. I did something on the platies, but it was more as to why I like keeping platies. It wasn't a thing about how to keep them. I think more if you really had to pigeonhole my channel, it would be more of me sharing my experiences in the fish room, or my experiences when traveling. I tend to do a lot of fish room tours. I try to go visit other hobbyist fish rooms. That kind of stuff is normally what I do. Yeah, Joy, Jose. Yeah, I understand that, man. I am surprised that you do put out more videos constantly too, because you work a lot of hours. Hey, Gabriel, thanks for coming in. Um, well, let me finish up what I was saying as far as what I did today, because I know I haven't even gotten to that. Again, I apologize. I have a real small pea brain that gets distracted very easily. Hey, Curtis, and I start scattering everywhere. But anyways, like I said, I've had my fish room for a couple of years. I started out as more of a hoarding thing, and if you really look at most of my aquariums, it's stuff that I guess you can consider them sort of displays. Um, they're not like uber aquascaped, but I try to do a little something. But lately I've been kind of getting the bug of trying to maybe sell here in my community. And the reason that has come about is because recently I've been watching on our Facebook groups. There's two of them that we have here out of Yuma. One of them is the Yuma the Yuma Fish Gallery, and the other one's Yuma Aquariums. And one of the constant complaints is, and some of you guys have been watching me for a while, is that we only have a PetSmart. And recently, hey Steve, recently they did like a remodeling. They basically redid all their aquarium section, and we were kind of hopeful that they were going to go a little bit bigger when they announced it, because we are such a that's the only store out here, and there's quite a bit of fish keepers in this community, which I find interesting. I think one of the channels has close to 1,000 people that watch, that follow that page. Obviously, some of them are from other areas, but the majority are from here, from Yuma, and the other one's like around 800 or something. So a lot of them repeats and stuff like that. But nonetheless, there's at least, if we had to say, at least 1,000 hobbyists here in this community, which is about 10% of the entire community. So we were thinking, all right, there's a little bit of excitement. They're going to redo the tanks. They're probably going to try to bring in something a little bit different. Nah, it was really disappointing. For some reason, it seems like their fish are sicker now than they were before, even though before they were all in the same system, like most of the big store setups. Now, I guess it was by aisle, but it's kind of sad. And then the selection is very, very limited, because it's kind of like a variation of the same thing. Like, for example, I don't know why they've been bringing in a lot of like the balloon fish in here, but that's what they've been bringing in. They have a pretty good size section of the glowfish, which I understand that is usually attracted to very new hobbyists, whether it's kids or adults. I can understand the appeal for those. I think that the longer that we do the hobby, I didn't do this. I should have done this earlier. The longer that we do the hobby, the more of appreciation we start getting for other species, and we start understanding a little bit more. But hold on, give me a second. I need to grab something real quick. I need something to flick my ash into, and I didn't. Normally, I have a little tray, and I didn't have that with me. So when I guess they reopened it again, maybe about 3 weeks ago now, maybe a month. And at first, when they redid the reopening, we found out that, well, for one thing, it wasn't completely stocked, and then we started seeing stuff that wasn't necessarily, um, anything different. We were hoping they would bring in at least, some other species of barbs. Well, at least me. Maybe something a little bit that they would have upgraded their selection, but no, they still kept with the same stuff, and that was just, it was what it was. And but anyways, I kept hearing on the Facebook groups, hey, it really sucks. We used to, I guess that a few years back they had a fish store here. I guess they were doing pretty good. But with I guess the family that owned it getting upper in age, and nobody wanted to take over the business, and the introduction of PetSmart, it kind of drew that business out of town, and it's left a void. And it wasn't the exception today. Some of the people that actually came to visit my fish room to buy some fish, yeah, I took care of North Discus now. Discus North, sorry, I'm dyslexic. Oh, hey Diego. And hey Funk. And the complaint was that they were really disappointed, and that the fish that were there were not healthy, and that seems to be the constant um, comment that keeps reoccurring. It's just, no, these are Predomo. Actually, it's a little sample pack that I went to my cigar shop, and usually, usually I'm an Arturo Fuentes or Padron for my smokes, but lately I've been wanting to try something else. This Jorge the YouTube. And I asked the girl that was working there. I said, you know what? I told her what I usually smoke, and she goes, "Have you tried these?" And for the price, and I get four with the one, three in here and the one that I'm having. And actually, this one's pretty good. It's sun grown Predomo, and it's I'm enjoying it. And then I'm drinking coffee, so it just pairs up really, really good with that. So the complaint on the group page was that they were wishing they could get a better selection. And I know this is something that I've been discussing with yeah, I've tried them. My favorite Rocky Patel is the vintage 92. I think it's the one with the black label. That is by far my favorite one. It's a box press cigar. Um, and so I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make a post on the group, and the angelfish that are behind me. That's why you see a lot less in here. Is I sold some today, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna put these out in the market, see what it's like. I know I've been talking with Funk about potentially buying fish just to sell here in the community. The plan is this: I'm gonna probably get fish that I would have bought that I want. Hey Zach, that I would yeah, a lot of yeah, and that I would like to keep and buy a little bit of extra. For example, if I wanted to get some neon tetras, I would probably buy a group of say 30, or no, I'd probably buy a group of 50 to be honest, and take as many as I probably leave about 20 out of that group to resell, just kind of advertise them if people want them, and then 30 use them for a display. Set up a display tank for my personal use. And if I buy those 50 at wholesale, it would have cost me less than if I was going to pay retail price for 30 neon tetras. I mean, it probably would have, I know I would be definitely saving money on that. And, I could put them in here for a while, watch them, see what they do, and then resell them. Hey, Berto, and turn around and all things nature in Hawaii. Hey, Steve, thanks for. Oh, this is the first time. Oh, Steve, let me get you a wrench. What happens here is, if you notice, everybody is blue. And the reason for that is, once you become a moderator, you can click on anybody's name that's on in the chat, and it'll take you to their channel. And if you want to go check them out, it allows you to do that. And if you find a channel that you really find interesting, then you can sub to it, and vice versa. If people want to come and check you out, they can do the same thing. And it's just a way that it's something that I like to do because it helps grow the community a little bit more, and it just kind of puts us together, and that I guess that's all there really is to it. It's just to help us grow. Oh, hmm. So that's what I'm kind of working on now. I think with the little bit of spare change that I did, that's going to make it a lot easier for me to. I was trying to do all the paperwork myself to do the startup for the business. Going to the county office, getting the application, and then trying to figure out how to apply for a EIN number. And I was looking at LegalZoom for a while, but they want I think it's like $250 or something like that. But they'll take care of everything, so it's just kind of plug and play. Um, and I was kind of looking at that, but I think with the little bit of money that I did today, it goes a long ways to subsidizing that. And if I wait for the next monetization check to come in, then I can probably go ahead and pay for that without without having my wife get too upset that I'm using funds from the house. Although uh, she's also been very interested in doing like a side business because her she has a license in she's a beautician. I don't know. She does the whole skincare kind of stuff, and she's like me. Sees there's a need for supplies in Yuma, and she's kind of toyed with the idea of going out there and buying supplies and reselling them. So what I've been telling her is we can do like an LLC. Text me, okay, you got it, Diego. I'll definitely do that. And and do like an LLC under just a generic name so that we can buy wholesale from the sellers. And then, if I understand it correctly, we can do each one of us doing a DBA, doing business as, and then resell under that name. From the little bit of research hey Linda, a little bit of research that I've been watching. Do you have a shrimp colony? I sort of do. I have some red cherries. Well, of course they're red because they're cherries, and then I have blues, but I never cold them. So there's a hodgepodge. I need to. I what Now that I've kind of reorganized the fish room, and I think this is the direction that I want to go and just kind of sell here locally. I'm going to start dedicating at least 2 tanks where I'm going to take the best colored shrimps and do a red and a blue. And then I'll have some coals. And then for somebody that's just looking for, they're not really too concerned about getting like super red ones or super blue ones, then I can sell the other ones. Or if they're looking for feeders, I mean, it's out of my hands what they do once they take them from me. But they'll be like the cheaper ones. I'll have 2 different pricings for them. Legal Zoom is good thing, but okay, all right. I'm definitely going to get a hold of you, Diego, and we'll definitely have a conversation. Yeah, the moving green screen. Yeah, no, it's because I'm finally in the fish room. I'm not in the house, and I'm not at the other place. I'm actually off today and tomorrow. Well, I was off today, and I'll be off tomorrow. And so it's just wow. Anyways, getting back this whole circle. What I did today? Well, what I did today is that I sold fish out of my fish room for the very first time, and it was kind of cool. And I did learn a couple of things that surprised me. I think as a hobbyist, we tend to look at selling and the hobby with different eyes because we become a little bit more discerning when it comes to what we want to keep and stuff like that the longer we do this. For example, one of the things that I was trying to do here is I was trying to strain out lines of guppies and create these established lines that breed true and stuff like that. And although there is a big demand for that within our circle community, because we are a little bit more nerds that way, um, the average fish keeper that is still not as nerdy as we are, they're just really happy to have colorful fish. And that to me was one of the biggest takeaways from this because I've been doing all this work trying to straighten out some mud guppies. Come to find out, even though I have 2 straight lines, what they really wanted was the colorful fish. They just wanted all this variation of fish. As a matter of fact, they even took some of the straight line, and I asked them, "Are you going to keep these separate?" He goes, "No, I'm going to throw them in with the rest of them." And I was like, "Okay, they're your fish. Do what you want." But I'll come to find out that with guppies, at least here locally, I think it's just color what they're looking at and healthy guppies. That's the big thing because if you go to if you go to our store, our PetSmart, they're sad. They're full of parasites, and they're getting sick with ick. and it's just they're not very good. But with mud guppies, these are guppies that I've been reproducing here. Uh, I don't have to worry about diseases, introducing diseases, because they could, I guess they could get diseases, but they've all been quarantined. All the new stuff that gets produced in here, there's nothing from the outside that's coming in that could potentially spread something to them. Because that's always kind of the fear when you start selling, is you want to do the right thing, which is you want to quarantine them, but then you do that, and that takes time and money. And by the time you've put that money into those fish and you turn around and try to sell them for not even for a gain, just trying to recoup your cost, people kind of will go like, really, you want me to pay $6 for some guppies? And they just won't buy them. But uh and yes, selling to a store is a different game altogether. Yeah, the thing is, I don't have a store here. I mean, for a while there, I do have a person that would probably buy my angelfish. Well, not probably. He told me he would buy them, but it's a 3.5 hour drive to go up there. And so if I start breeding for him, it changes everything, because then it's just trying to breed for him. But then that takes 7 hours out of my day just driving, because it's 3.5 hours up that way and 3.5 hours back, plus whatever time I spend at the store, and then gas and all of that. It just becomes. I guess it's good if like I had a surplus of a lot of fish and he wanted them, then yeah, that's the best way to get rid of them. But I'm finding out that the way I've been doing here, I have a little bit of a surplus. It's never too much, that I can just selectively sell some things, and if people want them, they'll get them, and and so be it. So I know the with the angelfish, I was able to sell them. I guess Funk was saying I actually sold them a little bit too cheap, but I'm not necessarily looking. I just want them to move, and I'm not going to be selling them every day, so I don't have to worry, because I don't want to. One thing, you know, I could easily flood the market if I start bringing in too many fish and try to sell them all. I think right now, maybe once every month or 2 months, I'll do what kind of like what I did today, because that'll allow me to have a little bit of an inventory right now. Because throughout the whole move, I did lose some fish and stuff like that, but nothing too serious. And so and then I'm just trying to rebuild up the guppies. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'll probably find some very nice individual guppies that I've had in the different tanks that I've been trying to straighten out, and continue to have those breed. But everything else, I think I'm going to throw back into this community tank and just have them go ham and shoot out all kinds of colors. Nothing that's established, because I'm finding out that people don't care about straight lines. They just want to be able to buy some and put them in their aquarium and enjoy them, which is great, and it makes it a lot easier for me. So, were you supposed to sell me? Yeah, no, I'm not selling them to you, June. I'll ship them to you. Send me an email with your address, and as a matter of fact, right now is a good time. How many do you want? And I think I'll. Yeah, I think they'll still be able to ship pretty well. They're not that big. They're between a 50 cent coin and or a dollar size coin. And so that's kind of what I did today. One thing that I think I am gonna have to do is plants. Plants. Everybody kept asking me, "Do you have any plants for sale? Do you have any plants for sale?" I do have some plants, but not enough to be able to keep up with the demand of trying to sell plants. I think once I get my whole business situation, that is definitely something that I am going to buy wholesale to resell here. And The fish, I think occasionally bring something new, or if somebody's looking for something specifically. Um, hey, Night Owl. Oh wait, Night Owl. Let's get you a wrench. And so I guess because I even posted on the site, if people, okay, thank you, June. Um, if people were, if they had it up, because they kept saying, "Oh, I wish we had a fish store. We had a fish store." I said, "Well, what fish are you interested for?" And I was hoping to get a little bit more response from people and saying, "Oh, this would be cool if you could get these fish, or if you got." Yeah, I know. That's why I have Val down here in all my tanks. That's what I sold today in plants. That hornwort. Oh, I forgot to give that to Rafa. Okay, I'll call him tomorrow and let him know. Guppy grass. The very simple stuff. I never would have imagined that I would be selling hornwort, because that stuff is just it just grows. It's a weed. But I like to be able to get like some anubiuses, the very you know the typical stuff that most people could keep. I don't want to bring in ferns, because I'm finding out that they're a lot harder than they classify them as a simple plant. But I just recently saw a talk that Corey was talking about that, and then I heard in Steven and Kelly's live stream either today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and they were talking about the same thing, that they're finding out that in order to get your Java fern to really grow, it thrives best in with CO2. So for a lot of people, that's not necessarily an easy plant, especially for us down here. I'm finding out that it's all the Java fern I've ever seen down here has the brown spots on it, which is not that's not a healthy Java fern. So, but I can do some very basic plants like some Luigia rotala, basically what you see in my aquarium. Some swords. Swords do very well in our water. Some crypts. Um, some of the easier crypts to keep, and I would be selling those all day. I get constantly asked about plants. The other thing that I'm starting to do, and I don't know if you noticed, is I'm starting to put a little bit of house plants. So that could also be something else. Right behind me, there's some potos, but over here, there's some other plants that I've gotten and I've started kind of introducing to these aquariums, and I'm going to start doing that. And that's also another thing. People see that and go, "Oh yeah, I didn't know you could put that like that," and so hopefully that will also work. Hmm. Oh, this thing almost went out. Talking too much. But yeah, that's a good ratio with my LFS. They get a minimum current wholesale, but the fish I get are 50% because they sell fast. Yeah, so I'm finding. They asked me for quarries. Luckily, I have some albino quarries but if I get some like the Julii, some pandas, uh, probably some emerald greens. Some of the not so expensive, or was it false Julies? I think they are the other ones that look like the stir by ones, and that kind of stuff. Those I'm pretty sure those would sell really really good, especially because our PetSmart doesn't carry. All they carry are the albino and the salt and pepper, and that's it. They have a few sad pandas that they come in, but they don't come in very often. I'll send those out tomorrow, June. And so you know, there's that, the shrimp, and I think it's going to be real easy to to get another order, probably of some reds, some blues, yellows, and oranges. Although I've tried keeping the yellow and I haven't had much luck. I don't know if that strain's a little bit not as hardy. Some of you that have kept them, are you finding the same situation? because they're not thriving in mine like the cherries and the blues, the blue dreams. I think that's what originally they were. Oranges I've never kept, but they look nice, so I figured those would be okay. So if I could keep 4 tanks with those, some Corys, obviously the guppies they're selling pretty good. Most people they just like guppies, and especially if I can get like different colors and stuff like that. Even the same gentleman that bought the guppies, oh, you don't have any antlers, so oh man, it's gonna go out. Sorry about that. So yeah, and then I already have platies. There are there's two platies in particular that I love to be able to find and get in here. I think one of them they call them tigers. They're like orange with cream color, and they have vertical stripes. The 10th month. It is the 10th of the month, so it's shower night. Yeah, that's definitely soaking in. Um, so I want to find those, and I think Stephen P has the ones that I really like, which I think they're called blue corals, and uh, and I want to be able to get that for the plants. I want to get some of the hydros, the easier ones, not so much wisteria because there's a lot of wisteria here, but I wanted to get the Augustifolia, which is also known as the willow, the compacta, and the I think I forget which one it's. I think the polysperma is also kind of a medium, easy hydro, and siamensis is the one that requires CO2 or it's inverted. I'm not sure on those two, but I like those because they're different. They're different from the other plants that are sold here around here, and they're pretty easy to keep. I've kept a couple of those, and in my move from Mexicali to over here, I had to get rid of them because they don't cross the border. So that was the only thing that really was messed up. Hey, shaking bottles. Thanks for dropping in. Let's see. All right, you've got a blue wrench. What you can do with that is it'll allow you to check other people's channels out, and but and go check out their channels and see if you like their content. Let me see. It says, you know what? That's the other thing. That's right. Now that you say that, I got to find out which plants I can sell here that I won't get in trouble because I think it's SS Aquascaping did a video recently. Ah, shit, it did go up. He did a video recently where he got in a little bit of trouble. He's in Florida, and he was under the assumption because he could buy them online and they were shipping them to a state that he thought he was good. And lo and behold, he had a call from the authorities because they saw that he was selling on eBay. And he kind of went through a little situation. I think he got it all sorted out, but nonetheless, that's something that you definitely have to be careful with, especially how you're going to post that. Because there's a lot of plants that you can buy online that are potentially illegal in this state. Hey, Ella Aqua, how you doing? Thank you for dropping in. And so you got to be real careful if you're going to start advertising what you're selling. I'm not saying don't sell stuff that's not legal, but you know, it's one of those things you have to be very careful. So that's something I need to look. I need to get myself informed before I start buying a lot of plants. I might already have stuff that maybe you're not supposed to have, but who knows? Mm. Yeah, and I think most of the plants that we buy that are aquatic are bare roots. Even when you buy them in the hey Araceli, how you doing? Even those are are, even though they're wrapped in the weights and the foam around them, they're actually bare roots. They don't have any soil on them. So, but but yeah, that was kind of what kind of happened today. I was pretty stoked. I was surprised how quickly, and you know, you can potentially do some money. But here's the other thing though. Here's what you got to be real careful, especially like in my market that is relatively small. I could easily flood it out if I get too aggressive or get too greedy. Oh, no problem. Aren't you in New York or in the East Coast? Because this is late for you. You have the little fish tank in your office, right? At your work site. Yeah, that's what I thought. And so it's just one of those things where it's another aspect of the hobby that I think I'm going to really enjoy, especially because you get to share it. I've done a little bit. It's not the same thing when you do the swaps, um, because there you're at the mercy of whatever people want to bid on it, and it boils down to uh, availability. I've been at swaps where it's a lot of angelfish and they don't sell for anything. They're buying a whole bag of 8 for like $2 because no, and that's just so that you know they don't go back to the owner. And then there's been meetings where there's only been one bag of angelfish and they go for like 30, $40. Makes no sense. So that's the only risk of when you do the swaps. What swaps are great for is if you're not going to make money, you just want to get rid of fish and you want to offload it because you just have too many. Uh, the swaps are good for that because you'll just be happy that you got rid of them, and more than likely they're gonna. Oh, nice, and and uh, and they're gonna go to another hobbyist home and they're gonna be okay, but you're not really gonna make a whole lot of money. I've seen discus at auctions go for a fraction of the cost that if you were able to sell them, you know, piece sell them, one at a time. But a lot of the times, the guys that are breeding the angelfish, well, they just have too many and they have to get rid of them. So that's a way. That's an easy way to offload a bunch of fish if you're not taking them to a fish store. But so yeah, that's just something that I did today. I thought it was kind of cool. Um, I'm kind of enjoying the new layout. It's got a lot more room. I'm not enclosed. I know I got to do a tour for you guys. I guess I'm running a business in your home is okay. Wondered about that. I don't know. I got to check about that too because the other thing, um, that's something I do need to look into. Like I said, today was just a trial run. I wanted to see if there was an interest. Apparently, there is. Worst case scenario, I just have to go meet people because I know, like in Nevada, you're not allowed to sell directly out of your house, but you can have a meeting point and sell there. Now here in Yuma, there's a like when the weather breaks, there's a cool little thing where they do these night like swap meets, and it's like a bunch of vendor booths and stuff like that. That could potentially also be a source for me to set up a table. It's not that expensive, I don't think, to do a table. And obviously, this is going to take some advertisement ahead of time, and just post it in our community pages. Hey, so and so date, I'm gonna have a little table there. I'll be selling some plants. I'll be selling some fish, and do that. And I'll probably be the only one there because everything else is either foods or trinkets and stuff like that. So that could also be a potential site if I can't do this out of the house. Um, some states have to be inspected and have a permit. Yeah, that's what I got to look at too. But it's not a problem for me if I can just meet somebody somewhere else and drop them off there. Unless you strictly, I got to find out in Arizona. Maybe I have to strictly mail them, which that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna that's gonna be interesting to see. So maybe I'm putting the cart in front of the horse, and maybe I need to do a little bit more research. But as far as the interest, I was pleasantly surprised how well it went, and but now I got to do my homework and figure. Hey Eddie, how you doing, buddy? Oh well, thanks. Oh shit, thanks for the super sticker. I don't have the funky rap like Bug does, but I do. I can't say thank you very much. Uh, so a home business depends usually on the town you live in and what you're selling. Your city hall should be able to help you with that, and that may also be a state thing. But your city hall, okay. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I need to go. The only problem is sometimes dealing with our local government agencies. It's hurry up and wait. And what I mean is you gotta. Oh, well, thank you, Fish Family. Oh no, that's June. Only Oscars. Hmm. And so I I guess I can do that tomorrow and go find that out and find out what the deal is here. I know. See, but that's I'm assuming things because I know guys out of Phoenix are selling out of their homes. They have plant stores. They were selling live foods. They're selling fish. Uh, yeah, they're okay. I'm gonna look into it. I don't want to. I don't want to maybe divulge stuff that could affect them. So I'll leave it at that. I'll definitely look into it, Diego. Uh, Selling online, I don't know if that would be in the realm of possibilities because just shipping cost is so expensive, and for it to be worth it, you would have to start getting some of the rare stuff, I guess, or stuff that people don't mind paying the shipping for. That's the only hesitation on that, and so I gotta see. It's not very legal. I guess we all know somebody or of somebody, but yeah, I guess hey Rafael, may require you to apply for. Yeah, I know that's what I was planning on getting was a city business license. I got the application for that. But it's nowadays it doesn't seem like they really want to interact too much with the public because they always want to send you to the website, and the websites are not the best websites, and they're not the most friendly, user friendly. Hey Henry, so that's another thing. But you know, again, I'm not in a rush to do any of this stuff. It's stuff that I recently started thinking about doing and just kind of decided to give it a little try, and it seemed like it went okay. So that kind of gives me hope that if I want to get a little bit more serious about this, I can look into it and be able to do that. But yeah, the one thing, like I said, that was really interesting was with the guppies. I'm not going to start breaking my back. I continue to break my back trying to strain out a line when they're going to turn around and reintroduce them to a bunch to just have nice fancy guppies. So and on the offhand that I do get a hobbyist who's really seeking something like that, maybe I can bring in on a special occasion somebody that wants that. And if they're willing to pay for the price for it, then also, because once you start getting into the true lines, well, you're paying anywhere between 25 to I've seen $25 to $50 depending on the strain, sometimes even more than that. And that's usually for a pair or a trio. So I don't foresee a lot of people wanting to do that. I think most people will buy them to try to reproduce them and then have a different color variation. But if people are just gonna be creating mud guppy tanks, it just doesn't make any sense. I'll just continue with the ones that I have, make sure I have healthy guppies, and do that. So with that being said, that's pretty much what I had going on today, but I'm not really ready to go yet. I still have about half of the cigar left. What I can do is, if anybody wants to join me up here, what I'll do is I'll share the link. Hopefully, I don't get bamboozled like last time. But that was on a I think that was on a vertical stream. Was it? No, I think it was one of these. And we got helicoptered a few times. The first time was just plain stupidity on my part because I saw a new name that I didn't even recognize and I let them up. And then the other two times were actually they were taking people's profile pictures and using them. So, but I shared that there. I'll probably let me pin this to the top. If somebody wants to join me, you're more than welcome to do that. Yeah, I knew I was gonna. Yeah, I kind of liked it too. It was pretty interesting. I've never seen anything quite like that. I'm surprised the guy didn't break his back. But yeah, I can see the enjoyment of being able to sell fish. Are you done showering, Funk? Or are you texting in the shower? What's Funk saying? Oh, Bottles is mixing. It's a mixed guppy. I think a lot of us are mixed guppies. There's very few of us that are that breed true. But as far as the fish room, I still haven't. I still haven't. I still haven't set up the 50 and the 150. I'm still working on building the rack for the 125, and I'm going to put a 55 on top of that. It's a little bit more organized than it was at the beginning. At least it's cleaner, and I actually have clear pathways. Is that something you would like to breed? Healthy pea puffers are hard to come by. You know what? I don't even know. I've never tried breed. I've never kept them, but I do like them. You're nasty, Funk. You're nasty. I've never tried breeding. See, the problem with me and getting access to a lot of these different fish is that all we have is a PetSmart, so we're really limited. Unless I go to Phoenix or San Diego, that's when I usually get access to local fish stores, and they usually carry more of the rare species. I need to put on makeup now. No, you don't need to put on makeup, vibes. Um, but yeah, anybody that wants to come up here, you can go ahead and come on up if you want, because I'm kind of running out of things to really talk about. Let's see, oh, we got Jeff. Is it the real Jeff? Not if it's you, Jeff. There we go.
How's it going?
Hey, how you doing, Jeff? You've got wall pot lights, and it looks like a ton of outlets in your fish room.
Yeah. They're not in yet, but
yeah, they got the junction boxes in.
Yeah.
Wow, and, why so many?
Because I don't know what route I'm going to end up going for sure.
Meaning?
So if I need to run canisters on some.
Oh, wow, you're going to go that route, huh?
Maybe. I hope not.
Isn't that more expensive as far as utilities?
Yeah, but it depends on what I'm running. Like, it's going to have a central air pump on everything, no matter what.
Okay. Hey, Jeremy.
But some of the bigger tanks might have to have canisters to make up for like the Oscars and the goldfish and that kind of stuff.
Now, are you doing the canisters because you want to create the water agitation, or because you think they need that?
Because I'm overstocking.
Oh, but the fish stores, all they run is big sponge filters in them.
Yeah.
You're running bare bottoms?
Undecided. Probably not. It'll probably be sand bottoms.
I tried doing it. I can't get
I don't
away
like
from
it.
putting.
Yeah, I gotta have at least a little bit of sand.
Well, you know what my cop out is for um for a bare bottom. I'm putting lava rock as my substrate instead of going bare bottom. Even though I'm not, because I'm not
Yeah.
going to plant anything in them other than floating plants. I'm going with lava rock just because I want to that, and then it serves two purposes for me. One, I'm not looking at a bare bottom, and two, anybody in the community that needs help with beneficial bacteria, I can easily scoop some up, put it in a little mesh bag, and let them have it so they can cycle their tanks. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the other reason why I do it.
Some of the small tanks I really want to do the dual sponge systems.
What's the
Um,
new sponge system? The
the
Maddie?
dual sponge.
Oh, okay.
They've got like the two sponges on the side and the uplift. Um, for 5 gallons and smaller. I think the 10 gallons and larger, I want to do my own gravel system. That's what I'm
Oh,
hoping at least. I'm going to try that in the 125 too and see how it goes. Um, I think I have a plan to make it so the Oscars aren't going to screw with it too much.
hey, Diego.
Hello, how's
Yeah,
it
I
going?
was going to show you. I'm trying to remember what I did with my. Oh, it's in the aquarium. I didn't pull it out. But basically, all I did was it's a PVC, and I ran one horizontal line, I guess, or one front to back line, and put a bunch of T's in it, and then ran off
Yeah.
like kind of like not a cistern, but a septic, the leach lines for a septic system.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I did for the undergravel filter. They same principle, except
Um,
of stuff leaching out, it's sucking in.
yeah. I've got some similar setups already. I'm going to run as little PVC as possible because then it kind of sucks through the substrate too a little bit.
Okay.
Um, my goal is to have my little dirt mix and then let just the water waste recharge it, hopefully, to a point at least.
Yeah, because I was running dirted tanks with the undergravel filter,
Yeah, I am too.
so
And
it's
some of them run perfectly crystal clear, and you can go months without a water change, and the parameters just stay stable. Some of them
yeah,
it doesn't do that. Some of them it's really rough.
yeah. I guess like the one of my the one that I have an undergravel filter is a 20 tall, and that one the water always stays clear, and it's a dirted tank.
Yeah,
So you know,
some of
but
them do run really clear.
yeah, what I found out on that one is because it's dirty, but I capped it with kitty litter, and I'm starting to think the kitty litter is picking up, it's absorbing some of those
Yeah,
excess nutrients, and it's becoming like an active substrate because the 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 dwarf Sagittarius is taking off like wildfire on that aquarium because it's got all the nutrients in that substrate.
yeah. That I'm gonna incorporate that into one of my next under gravel setups. But I really gotta get this done because I gotta get the fish in from outside. Uh, so
What,
far,
you got them
there
out
are
in
no
totes?
centers.
Oh
Yeah,
no, you
out
have
in
them in your
barrels and
tanks.
stuff. No, they're out in barrels and like outdoors right now. And we've
Oh,
already had one night that hit 36.
one says that he
So
texted you.
Funk texted me. What the hell for?
I don't know. Oh
Oh,
no.
Jake.
Never mind. Jake. I don't know how to read. I
Funk
had
wants to
public
talk to me
school
and get his
education.
butt up here. I did too. At least for what I went anyway.
So did you do an add-on to your house, or you just remodeled the room
No,
in the house?
this used to be the kids' bedroom.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was divided right about here. It used to be 2 bedrooms. I ripped the wall out and then made it one big bedroom because we had 3 daughters. So they all got to share this space. Um, Then they finally got as much of their stuff out as they were going to, and then we bagged everything up and tossed it.
So
We
are you
finally
going
got
to be
around
able
to
to
doing that this summer.
add more aquariums, or it's just going to allow you to have them a little bit spreader out and
Oh
not
no, they're going
everything?
to be 90% of the tanks are going to be on end.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not going to be for viewing. They're going to be for maximum space. Um, so go more. Um,
They're still talking about funk in the shower. I'd be careful answering that, Jake. You might not want to see what's on that text.
yeah, you don't want to. So on the floor there, I think it's going to be like right about here.
Uh-huh.
So about maybe 10 inches off of that far drywall line is where one row of tanks is going to sit. Um, and then in the corner, I'm going to do a DIY turtle tank in the bottom, tortoise tank in the middle, and then depending on how much space I got up top, a hatching section for baby tortoises. Then that corner is going to be my air pump CO2 miscellaneous. Then that corner is going to be my
wet area.
No, my paint station for painting fishing lures.
Oh, okay.
So I put that vent in. That way I can run my little paint booth directly outside.
Oh, okay.
Uh, then we got the spot for the slop sink,
Okay.
floor drain, and that's going to be a permanent set temperature for filling tanks.
Now, did you get a control valve, or how are you doing that?
For the time being, I was going to get one of the anti-sweats for the toilets, but I just went with these valves so that way I can just slowly open them. They're basically a
Okay.
toilet valve or a sink valve.
What happened to
Uh,
Diego?
he dropped out pretty quick. His camera went blank, and then shortly after he dropped out.
Oh.
But currently it's running 81 degrees in here.
Oh, where in the oh, you're talking about the room's going to be controlled temperature, or the
No,
water?
that's what it is right now. It
Oh,
just
okay.
stayed in the temp is 81. And then I still have to finish up the wiring on the lights, but right now they're all set at the dimmest point. So yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to run fish tank lights anymore, except for on maybe the planted tanks.
Yeah, I had an abundance of lights because I bought a bunch of lights from Lero, and they're those LED grow lights, and
Yeah.
so I've been using those. Um, but I already had a bunch of lights as it was, and I don't think I'm gonna have to purchase any new lights.
I don't know if this is going to show up on here, but let's see if you can notice how actually freaking bright it is in here.
So it's just going to be well, yeah, because you're just breeding. So
Yeah, that's my main goal is breeding. But that light is freaking bright as hell, dude. It's too bright.
Yeah, but you got plenty of light in there for.
Yeah, I think I'm not even sure I'm gonna need tank lights. And so those two, there's one at that end and one at the other end. They're gonna be my night light, where they just stay on 24/7. And then these are my other lights just for being in here.
Are you going to set those up on timers, or are you going to have to manually turn them on and off?
I can do a timer. I'd have to do a little junction box next to it, but I could probably set it on a timer.
I actually need to run um, at least two more quad outlets, but I can run the one that coax one that's already in the tube.
Yeah. Um,
Hey, he's back.
how's it going?
The
Pretty
only
good. How
thing
about
is
you?
that I don't know how to hook it up in the breaker box, so I'm gonna have to find a friend that's an electrician and be able to do it.
Just YouTube it. It'll be good.
I'm gonna fry myself. Are you crazy? I'll probably take a screwdriver and hit the wrong thing and.
Mr. Jerome was messaging me this morning, telling me that I should make some work videos for HVAC. And I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
yeah, I can't do that because that's I don't own the business and um, people privacy and stuff like that. Well, it so happened that today was I was doing a heat exchanger change out on a vacation home, so there was nobody there. So I made like a 3 hour ish video of me changing out a stupid heat exchanger. But it recorded stupid, so I had to re-render it. And it's probably gonna take me like 5 days to upload the damn thing.
How you doing, Diego? Your mic's off. You're muted. There
I'm
you
good.
go.
How about you?
All right, all right. We were wondering where you went. You kind of popped up, and then it went black, and then you went gone.
Yeah, I'm having issues with the internet, and
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to be quiet so my family doesn't hear me.
Oh, it's already. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You're on the East Coast. It's like 11 o'clock, almost midnight.
Yeah,
Be careful over there, Juanita.
What's that?
I guess there's some fires by Juanita
Oh,
getting kind of
oh,
close.
there's a bunch of fires out here. Well, not out here in where I'm at, but in California. That's why we had that pretty cool sunset.
Yeah.
Now,
you're in Florida, right?
who me?
Yeah.
No, I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in that. Well, yeah, I'm at the very beginning of Arizona. I'm on the Colorado River, and that
Okay.
divides us from California. So all I got to do is cross the
Oh,
Interstate 8 bridge, and I'm in California.
okay. For some reason, I thought you were in Florida.
Mm, no,
Okay.
I'm actually normal. No, and
So when's
I
Florida man gonna get up here?
I don't know. Jay, get your ass up here. You know you want to come up. You want to show your soapy body. Let's see. Oh, he's got it across the river, and he'll be in Mexico. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, if I get in the river, I can literally float into Mexico
That's
because I'm
cheap.
only. What is it? I used to be a lot closer, but here it's probably a 20-minute drive to get to the border, which would be San Luis. And when I was living in Mexicali, I was living across the border, and I would cross into the U.S. into Calexico, and then work in El Centro, which is only like a 10-minute drive. So that
You
whole
gotta see.
community there is right on the border. It's a 948. Oh, her audio's not working.
Yeah.
Good night, Eddie.
Night vibes. Wimp.
Oh, damn, just bang on. So, how much longer do you think you got before you finish up your?
Years. I have no
Oh,
idea, dude.
well, how much is
No,
longer before
it's
you can get your tanks in the house?
so it has to happen before freeze. Good
Good
night
night,
out.
Ella.
Um, because the tanks are catching water right now. We had one storm that filled a 20 gallon like half full. And now it's
Oh,
growing
that's
green
right. You
water in
guys
it.
get rain. You guys are normal.
I'm kidding. I get a shitload of fucking rain, dude.
That's why everything's green.
I am gonna be so happy. So the first tank that has to go in is the 125. I need to decide if I'm going to build it as a double stack 125 or if I'm going to do it as 125 on the bottom and fives above it or tens above it. Um, if I do tens above it, I can get 3 rows, I think. Pretty sure I can still get 3 rows on it. If I do 20 or the 125s, then I can only do 2, which would be good because then I'd have one for my goldfish, one for the Oscars. If I only do the 125, that's for the Oscars and Ranger Plankos and stuff like that, then I'll have to do or give up one of my 75s for the goldfish, and I really don't want to. I'd rather have that as like either my angel staging tank or a grow out tank. I'm hoping to get to the point, like that whole wall, I want to have 20 highs, and I want to have all my breeding angels in a permanent tank, and I don't want to be moving them around. And on this side, it's supposed to be 40 breeders on the bottom, and then pretty sure I'm going to go with 10s above the 40s. I know when I did the math, if I went with all 20 highs on the outside walls, I believe I could fit 48 total. 24 on each wall.
Okay. I think I turned up your volume too much. There you go.
Oh, you turned me up too much?
Yeah, I think so, because I'm hearing crackling at the end. Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's a pretty big fire. Juanita just posted the... How is it close to her house?
It sounds like it's just across the river from where she's at. And I don't know if that means it has to go up a mountain or if it's working its way up the mountain towards her.
Man, fires suck because you have nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
All you can do is pray the wind blows away from your property.
Ride it up. Or evacuate. Which both suck.
Henry's saying, I guess he's happy because he's going to get some rain from the hurricane that's hitting Louisiana.
Yeah, I think it's heading for Stephen P's place.
It's going right up where they're at?
I think so. I think it's a direct path for Stephen P. And then I think the after effects are supposed to head toward like Indiana.
Well, they're right in Hurricane Alley, aren't they, Louisiana?
I think so. I always forget.
There he is. It took you a long time to get your makeup on.
I wasn't putting makeup on. I was loofering vigorously my undercarriage.
I can
Well, you should have done your face. Maybe you should have done something to fix that because you still have a bunch of dirt.
Hold up. No. Your wife is a licensed cosmetologist, and you still look the way you do. Oh, I don't know about that.
There's no fixing this. This is, it is what it is. Besides, the man is never supposed to look better than the wife.
But I can't. But I always look good. I can't help it. I'm just a sexy biatch.
Yeah,
lipstick making you look good.
I'm just so hot. I'm when I walk past a bird, I want to do myself.
Yeah.
The funny part is that he's really not joking about that.
I'd be like, oh, what you doing, baby? Let me get your number.
Yeah, that's what he was working on. Right there.
Mm-hmm. I was loving myself. I was loving the hell out of myself too. In some countries, I could be arrested.
Hey, indoor fishing.
Last weekend, they received this hat from.
Is that one of Cars?
It's one of Cars. It's from Shady Grady.
Oh, Shady Grady.
Shady Grady, don't he get his from his cars?
Huh? Yeah,
Shady Grady
line at Cars.
No, what I'm saying is, don't Shady Grady get his stuff from Car?
Yeah, and then he had Car make me this one.
Oh, I didn't know that. Colors. I actually, that does pop though. That does. I ain't gonna lie, I do like it. I might have to get me one. I'll never get one of those other ones, but I'll get me one of those.
No, he's waiting for me to send him one. That's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to start my 2 grandkids. The ones that live here close to me, they want one, and their dad wants one. So I'm gonna have, now that I can probably If I go to the place that does them, I think if I buy 6, he'll start giving me a better price.
Trying to say that, hey, you want some fish? Let's stop trading fish.
Yeah, no, he's not a fish. I don't think he's a fish person. He's got a legit business that he does embroidering and all the advertisement shirts, all anything you need done. He's got a legit business that does. What do you call those? A print shop, or that's not a print shop?
Why not?
Might be a print shop.
Why not? Sounds good. Let's go with that one.
I know that we have some print shops locally that they just print like shirts and stuff, like a screen printing or something like that.
Hey, Diego, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can I find your email on your account?
My email on my YouTube account?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be on there.
Okay. I'll send you an email once I get off of here.
Okay.
What's up, Diego? I ain't seen Diego in forever.
I know you've been absent.
I've been kind of busy with work and with a second business.
A second business?
Yeah.
What, you running a brothel?
What was that?
You running a brothel?
No, I'm writing a book about Aquafunk.
Word up. I could definitely
Aquafunk's brothel.
I could definitely see Diego as running a brothel. Call me Gator. Gator, don't take no mess.
So basically, Diego, what you're doing is you're writing a big fly swat, because that's what people are going to use it if it's about fun.
No, he's telling a tell-all book. He's gonna make up a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I got some news for you. I can make up way more better stuff than you can, Diego, about me.
Oh, nowadays, all you got to do is go to Chat GPT and tell it to write a book about this and that, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then you go publish yourself on Amazon and call yourself a shrimp expert.
Mm-hmm. You know what? On the real though, I often think about the AI thing. I honestly, a lot of people's like, oh, it'll never totally. It's got the potential to totally like make us obsolete in the fish community. I'm telling you, I played around with AI and I was like, oh, this is good. I would watch this. I was like, oh, this is so good. Oh man. So how much? What's the timeline looking like there, Sasquatch man?
I don't know. It's not fucking.
Say what?
It's midnight.
You were breaking up. I couldn't hear you.
I've already got tanks and I don't even have tanks. It's already 81 degrees. There's no heat.
Okay. You got tanks somewhere and 81 degrees.
No tanks in here.
No tanks in there.
81 degrees.
And 81. I'm talking about how much longer you think you're gonna be until the room is done. That's what I meant. The timeline.
He said years.
About a year or two or something like that.
For that room to have fish in it?
Yeah, maybe.
What? So basically, you're not pigeonholing yourself to a timeline. That's what I'm getting. It gets done when it gets done.
It has to get done before freeze off. I gotta get the tanks back in the house.
Yeah, you gotta do that. And then you gotta have totes everywhere. Totes all over the floor.
Yeah. No. As long as I get the mud done, paint on, and the flooring down, I can start moving the tanks in now.
So what do you want to take you years then?
You just
I'm gonna do an addition. I want to do addition.
So that fish room that you're in right now, how much longer before?
Before the winter. Before the winter. That's all he knows.
Yeah,
there's gonna be 125 in here before winter for sure.
He's gonna have a bunch of frozen fish over the winter.
So as of right now, I see what you got. You got mud and tape and mud, paint, and then the floors, and put covers over the electrical. Right?
He's got to run wires.
I got wires in here already.
Yeah, I was about to say. He already put the walls up. I hope he ran the wires already. It's like, I don't know what I would say if I went to the. Yeah, we got all the conduit ran. We had the walls wide open. We just decided to do it the hard way.
Running guidelines.
Yeah. So
That's the
it's
floor drain. We get the floor drain. That's a collapse sink drain. The collapse sink water. That's going to be the fill water. So I can preset it, and all I got to do is turn it on and go.
Hey Jeff, are you gonna run drainage from all your
No.
aquariums into no?
No. So I'm going to have 29, 20 long, and the rest is going to be 2 gallons. Along the side of it is going to be my hoses for drainage.
Okay.
They're going to be piped down into the floor drain.
Okay.
And I'll have one large and one small. The small one will be for doing like the 5s and 10s. And then the large one will be for doing like the 75s, the 40, the 125.
now
and it'll be permanent siphon though. So all I got to do is turn the bulb up and it starts sucking.
Hey, put him on the big screen, Mexico, if you don't mind, please.
Yeah.
So I heard you saying you was gonna do a turtle tank on the bottom. Are you putting tanks on the floor?
Yeah, tanks are gonna be on the floor. It's gonna be floor to ceiling.
Yeah, I'll never do that again, man.
So
my back just can't take that.
That's gonna be a goofy angle turtle tank, and then it's gonna be a tortoise tank, and then hopefully a hatching station up on top for the Russian tortoises. Because right now they're all out in the living room, and I got to get them in here too. So everything's got to be incorporated into the fish room now.
So now that you're setting up a fish room, do you plan on doing any breeding for profit, or?
I already am.
He's always been doing.
I know, but like
a profit.
I thought it was just, I didn't know. I thought you just had tanks and they bred. I didn't know you was doing it like systematically. Like I didn't know it was that serious.
Some of it's on purpose.
Okay.
Some of it I let just happen.
That's what I thought you did. I didn't know you was doing it purposely.
I knew this was coming for the last couple of years. Last winter, the only thing I bred on purpose last winter was the goldfish. This summer, the only thing I bred on purpose was the red nose centris ornatus, that rainbow fish.
Okay.
You bred goldfish?
Yeah, black ones.
Did you do like? Okay, so I seen I seen this one YouTube video on how to breed goldfish, and they took the female goldfish, and they squeezed her belly into all the eggs into a bowl. Then they took the male and they squeezed all his, man juice into the bowl, and then they stuck their hand in the bowl and swished it around. That was so nice. Do you let them spawn? Do you put your beard in the tank and let them spawn in your like a spawning mop, and just take your beard out and walk it over to the other tank and kind of comb the eggs out? That would be so cool. Do a video with that.
Yeah, not yet,
bro.
All I did. So this corner is going to be my paint booth for painting fishing lures. That's the exhaust fence for it. And then next to the slop sink is going to be my packing station with cabinets up above it and cabinets over to that other outlet there.
Dude, I just gave you $1 million, 100% viral video idea. You're just going to go over, do a spawning mop beard video, bro.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I can help you with it. I'll edit it for you. I would love to just get some egg, some fish that spawn in a spawning mop, and just lay your beard, just sit there all day with the camera. Go live. You know what I'm saying? With your chin on the rim of the tank, and go live and just be like, yeah, I'm just waiting for them. And then when they spawn, you just pick your head up and walk it over to the little container, and then you just comb the eggs out.
Temperature.
82?
82.
Oh, that's good right there. That's good right there.
Yeah, but all I have in here is my fan, these lights, and the dehumidifier.
Yeah, you gotta put all that electrical stuff in there. You'd be good.
Yeah, no, if I put all that electrical stuff in here, I'll be able to keep discus in every damn tank. I mean, it's still semi-warm outside, so we'll see what happens once we start getting down into the negatives and zeros and stuff. But
so I can't stand being in a. I don't mind being in a fish room that's like in the mid 80s. I can't stand the humidity. What you doing for humidity? So you don't rot your house out. Okay, so you don't rot your house out from the inside out.
Yeah, that guy. It's gonna be underneath the counter next to the slop sink. I pulled the slop sink out and stuck it in the bathroom for now. That way, I have space to work.
So you gonna put a fan in there for air circulation, just to move air around the room?
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! You high speed, low drag, brother. High speed, low drag.
There we go.
Oh, and it oscillates.
That's a lot of outlets.
That's good though.
Right.
That way you don't have to use a whole lot of extension cords.
So when I did that, I forgot to put outlets in the middle.
But what I don't understand is you have all those outlets, but you said for the canisters, but you wouldn't need so many.
Well, I mean, it gives you options. I would definitely do that.
It depends on what I'm doing for lighting. It depends on what I'm doing for lighting, though. So if I'm running, if I'm running 40 breeders on this wall, the original plan was to have 2 fluvels per 40.
Damn, that's a lot of light.
Not really. The spread on them isn't good. So, like when I built my 75 tanks, the Rex, I built it so the under tanks had that 4-foot strip above them, and it was about 3 inches above the tank. That's not enough height to get the full spread on a 20-inch tank. So even on a 40 breeder, if you set it right on top of the 40 breeder, it's not enough light spread to cover the whole tank. But if you raise it up 6 inches, then a single light can handle it. Yeah. But if you think there's 3 rows, I didn't know how these lights were going to turn out. So each rack was going to have a minimum of 3 lights. And I wanted to have extra in case I needed a power head or a power filter or something like that, just in case. Because if it's here, it doesn't matter if I don't use it, but it's hard to add it after the fact.
Yeah, that's my point. It gives you options.
But that corner right there is going to be where the central air system gets put in, as well as CO2 tanks down below. And if I have to, canister filters for the 125s. For sure, one. I'm hoping to have 2 125s, but we'll see how that plays out. I could really use the space of the extra 5 gallons above it, so I might not go that path. I might just set it up where I can disassemble a top half and then slap a 125 in it.
So, how many rows up the wall are you going?
3.
How many 3 rows of tanks? 20 longs? Yeah. What? I think you already said it, but
20 highs on end. On that wall. I should be able to get 24 tanks on that wall.
That's for angels?
That's for angels, cories,
discus,
and plycos.
Oh, okay.
Center row is intended for 275s back to back, 60s in the middle, and then 5s on top. And then this wall, I want to have 40 breeders. I'm not sure if I can fit 4 long. I'm going to try to get 4 long, and then it'll be 3 10s and 3 10s above that.
Hold on, wait, back up. Did you say 75s back to back?
Like lengthwise.
Oh, they're going to be sideways back to back. They're going to be long ways side.
Yeah, they'll be a long ways. They'll be a long ways end to end, I guess you'd say.
Oh, end to end. Okay, that makes so it's going to be like a island.
Yep.
Okay. Now I see you. I hear what I smell what you're cooking now.
So then I want to do 60 breeders on top of that as my plant farm with the CO2.
Oh, so you're gonna grow plants?
I think so. It depends on how much grow out room I need. If I need a lot of grow out room, then I'm not going to do plants. I'll do fish first.
Now, can I ask you a question? Are you doing 60 breeders because it's uniform with the 75s?
Kind of.
Okay. Them jokers are kind of expensive, bro. You must be making that big money.
75s, I can only go too high. I don't think I can get 3 and be functional.
Yeah.
Because they're 21-inch shanks. Then you got to give up like at least 4 inches for racking.
Yeah. No, I feel you. It's just, how much are they running? They because those aren't part of the sale, are they? The 60
Yeah, they're part of the sale now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I knew when they first came out, they was like, nah, you got to pay full price, baby. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, when they first came out, they did.
Yeah.
Let's see, when I bought one set of my tanks, the 60s were on it at that point. When I bought my initial group, they were not.
Shit, if that's the case, I'd get 60 breeders instead of a 75. I know it don't seem different, but it is way different in my opinion.
It is way different.
It don't. It seems like, yeah.
I already own 275s.
You don't need that strong of a light either, because it doesn't have to go as far because it's a lower profile.
Yeah. I got I think 9 4-foot fluvials. I think I got.
Hey,
I know I got at least 8.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I'm hurting for lighting on the 75s. I got them 3 wide if I need to.
Yeah.
But the 75s are intended for grow outs, not for plants.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want as much space as possible for that case. So yeah, I get you. I feel you. I think it's going to look good.
100% intended for just fast growth on fish.
What color are you painting the walls?
I just gonna go white.
Huh? White?
Yeah, you ain't gonna see the walls. I mean, the rack's gonna be, like freaking that high.
If you
paint just white, below the outlet,
because it'll help amplify the light too. If you paint some white.
Well, the tanks are gonna be painted on 3 sides.
Oh,
it's just gonna suck for filming. If you ever decide, I know you don't, but if you ever decide to like really do some videos, it would look good with like a flat blue, royal blue wall. It would look good on film. I think everybody.
That not everybody wants to record videos.
I think, hey, you gotta. Hey, I think everything to me is like, how would that affect my videos?
if I put a color on the walls, it's either gonna be flat black.
Yeah, that looks good.
Sky blue.
What?
It's flat sky blue.
I always like gray or like a bluish gray. The flat color. I do like flat colors though on walls. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Well, for being in the room, I think the flat sky blue would look good because then it makes you feel more like you're outside. Because all the tanks are going to be stained, or all the stands are going to be stained nice brown like my other ones.
Fancy. I think the black and the stained brown walnut. Is it what, walnut or cherry or oak? What stain?
It's walnut.
Walnut? Bro, I'm telling you, a flat black wall with walnut stain everywhere, that shit would look tight.
You're not going to see the wall. There's going to be so many tanks and racking on the wall that you aren't going to see anything except for the top 3 inches.
Every time you go live, I'm going to tell everybody that, hey, look at the wall. Look at the colors. They don't match. They clash.
Look at that wall. Look at that wall.
It clashes. It clashes.
One right behind that shelf.
With the beautiful wood grain, it just clashes. So tacky. I'll be all snobby.
There you go. But I don't think there's any graffiti artists in Wisconsin.
I'll go.
Yeah. I'll go imported from the southern states.
I'm going tag it all up.
We've got graffiti artists up in northern Wisconsin and Canada, because all our trains only go to Canada, and they're packed with graffiti.
You know, the other day we have a train that runs by here, and I actually saw one the other day that actually had a lot of What is that? Is that
Buzz.
me?
It's probably funk.
What?
That buzz.
You're playing with your other phone.
Yeah, yes. Hey, you know too much about my personal life, man.
Who?
You? How do you know that? You're not even. Yeah, I was on the other. I was checking the messages.
Jeff
And
even knows how long you took a shower for.
I know because he got my bathroom cammed out.
I did watch your. I did watch his video today with Alex.
Oh, my members only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's part 2 dropping?
I don't know. We have to kind of coordinate that. Alex,
that shit.
What?
You're two-parting it. That's stupid. You should have just made it like a 4-hour video and been done with it.
Bro, me and Mexicali, tell him. Sometimes me and Mexicali started doing one. He did a first one was fish food, and it didn't start getting good to the second one. Really, it's towards the end, and it was like, bro, it was too much. It was too much. You know, we get tired of sitting there for an hour and a half.
You do. We don't.
We'll watch. I'm gonna go grab a smoke on my ashtray. I'll be right back. I'll just have my earbuds in, but
you got meth?
By my phone.
What you got meth? Why would he have meth?
I don't know. I just figured that's what they do up there in those states. That's what the news says.
You're a knucklehead.
On social media.
I could probably use it for the energy.
Yeah, see, because you got to hurry and finish that room, bro. Get some of that stuff. That room will be done tomorrow.
It'd be done during the live stream. What are you talking about?
Call Craig. Craig probably got some. That's how he gets it through his day.
Jeff would be moving so fast that you think he cloned himself into 5 different people, and it'd just be him going back and forth.
He'd be just like Craig. I'm telling you, yelling at imaginary greyhounds. I'd be like, I don't know a word he said, but he's telling that dog off, boy.
I wish I still had half the energy Craig does.
I know, bro. I'd be looking at him. I look at my tanks. I look at him work on his. I'd be like, I'm such a piece of crap. He makes me feel bad about myself.
Yeah. So
because he does it like every day. Yeah. Every damn day.
I think the vast majority of the plants I want to grow on my actual tanks, those probably going to be like Crips, Java Moss, and Java Fern probably. Maybe some Anubias. Simple stuff that I don't have to deal with.
I don't know what Mexicali talking about. I got Java Fern coming out the wazoo over here with these. I literally had to take them out of one tank because it was overgrown and cutting the light off to the other plants. And now I got them floating in this other tank trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them.
Yeah, down here, I can't get that stuff to grow. I mean, it does fairly well during the winter, but once the temp starts crawling up here, maybe once I air condition this place, maybe things will change. It'll change drastically.
That's probably what it is because I turned my heaters off. Yeah. And it's funny because this one tank, I was like, damn, I put my hand in it and I'm thinking to myself, damn, I thought I turned the heater off. No, I remember my pump went out and I went and got a one size up bigger pump off Amazon. And that one size bigger pump is keeping this thing nice and warm to the point where, like, I was like, bro, I don't even need to run heaters. I got the pump.
You got the pump inside the water.
Yeah, it's inside and it's kind of like, swirling around, getting warmed up, and it shoots out.
The pump in itself is heating up and heating the water.
So I might, because I like this. That's the one thing I don't like about these innovative marine. The pump they give you, I even on high, I don't feel like it's adequate to do other stuff. So I got the one size up, which was like $8, $9. And I turn it on low, and it's cool as hell. Like, so I think I'm gonna get a pump for every one of these tanks. But I got other stuff right now. I gotta concentrate my money on other than pumps.
Yeah, I got the same problem. The part that I'm looking forward to the most, I think, in here is actually being able to paint lures again.
Paint lures?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years since I painted.
Okay, so when you say paint lures, are you talking about? Do you do fly fishing or just regular lures?
Regular lures like crankbaits and stuff.
Oh, okay. Like I don't know what the hell that is, but I'll just. Oh, okay.
The little
Crankbaits.
jigs.
Yeah.
The little jigs that
The
look
one-
like
Okay.
fish.
The ones that look like fish.
Okay, because occasionally I'll come across. I don't know why, but I did it once, and now it comes across my feed every once in a while. The damn fly fishing lure makers. I watch that all day. To be honest with you, they kind of all look the same to me, but for some reason I'm like, look at that one. That one's nice. And then in my head, I'm like, it's just all a bunch of horsehair and funny. Like I don't know, they all kind of look the same. They got different names to it, and I'm like, what's the difference? They just different colors.
If
But-
I'm not mistaken, those are designed to float on top of the surface of the water versus the ones that Jeff does are supposed to be in.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. But I just thought it was funny because I'll watch that all day.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, just and everything is so minute. You know, they're doing all.
Yeah, I don't have the patience to be. So when I see somebody who can do it, I'm like, oh, he's awesome. He's probably rich. They probably sell that lure for $400.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. The guys that are in the painting community, I think they usually sell theirs for anywhere from 10 to 25.
Now, what about the actual fish lure? The actual wooden? Is it wood or is it plastic? What is? They made out of different things, right?
Yeah, plastic. They're
Now,
China stamps.
Do you get them blanks? You just get blanks and just kind of set them up.
Yep.
Can you paint one? Can you paint one yellow in honor of me and call it the Aqua Funk?
I don't know if it's gonna be yellow, but it might have yellow on it.
That's my color, yellow. Send it to me. The Aqua Funk lure. I'll catch a big one with that.
He'll put it on his voodoo trinket thing.
I don't put stuff on there. The spirit put it on there.
I was gonna ask you, Jeff.
What?
On the lures? Are you making them all like to resemble realistic, or do you paint like?
It depends. I have some crayfish ones that I painted. They're not very realistic. They're more of a color pattern, like a common bass theme pattern. They're just the type of print that they put on it throughout the fishing industry, I guess.
Oh man, you got see. That's why you only could sell them for like $8, $9, $10. You got to be flamboyant. You got to have some flamboyant.
The perch and the bluegills, I try to make a little bit more realistic, though.
They got to be fabulous. Put glitter on them and all kinds of stuff. Little sparkle. The bedazzle. Do a bedazzle one. That'll attract the fish from far away. The bedazzle ones. That's why you ain't catching no fish when you go out there, because you ain't got no bedazzled lures.
If I get my expansion done, then I'll look into a 3D printer, but right now I have no fucking room on.
So he literally,
already packed.
Gino was literally the catch.
Yeah? What we catch with?
With a crankbait.
Oh.
He says Nathan proposed to me with a crankbait.
You got crankbait? They got crankbait for fish? They're coming from the southern border. That's what they say. They're coming across the southern border in droves. People with crankbait up their butt.
Crossing the border again there, Punk?
Yeah. But that's the thing. I just keep hopping from back and forth with the crankbait up my butt. There don't be no police or nothing. I keep hopping. Just hop back and forth.
That's why he can't sit still. He's got all that contraband.
Yep. Contraband.
Yeah.
I'll be like, why won't this balloon pop? Been riding this horse for 13 minutes. This balloon still ain't popped. Why y'all get me to say this stuff, man?
Nobody's getting you to do anything.
No, on your own, man.
No, I don't. Y'all be baiting me. Y'all be crack baiting me.
We would never.
Next thing you know,
I'm talking. Steal you in any kind of direction. You want to on your own, man.
I don't know.
He's trying to blame other people for his downfalls.
Right?
It is y'all's fault.
All
right, DJ Guppy.
What happened? Oh,
he said he's out.
Good night.
He said He said he can't take this type of
He
content.
came in here and all he heard was balloon poppings and moving side to side. He says, "I'm out of here."
Yeah.
He said this ain't the content. This is a fish channel, for Christ's sake. I woke up a Christian.
What were you before, Roberto?
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. I think the room is gonna look good though.
I
I
think
think
so.
the room will look good. I
It's
can't
gonna
wait.
take a long time for it to
Why
be.
is Jake so dark?
It's gonna take a long
There he
time
is.
to be done.
He's smoking a cigarette. Let's see if you don't get had. Let's start seeing him crank.
I'm supposed to be sleeping
You supposed to,
That's what
why
she
you ain't
said.
sleeping?
because
Lurking
you
in the
guys
dark.
are on and I'm awake.
Blame it on us. Another one.
Yeah.
We ain't got that much control over you guys.
Oh snap, Didi in the chat.
Yeah.
I know you didn't call me. Kept saying I can't talk. Yeah, then 4 hours later, he pops up on live stream.
I know. I feel
What
bad.
you didn't understand is he didn't want to talk to you.
You know what? I be telling myself in the mirror the same thing.
You've been telling yourself Jake don't want to talk to me.
I say I don't want to talk to me.
That Jake
Didi,
too much.
The expense of remodeling this stuff, though, it's going to set me back for actually buying tanks for a while. So I'm working every other weekend all winter, and hopefully next spring I'll be able to buy bulk 20 highs. I hope.
well, I know you have a whole list of places where you can get copper.
Well, no, you know what Jeff is doing? He's driving by houses and cutting the power cords off of all the units.
Yeah,
So
he's straight up. I just installed this morning. I'm gonna take the copper tonight.
Yeah, the install screws up enough that they keep me busy most of the winter.
That's what they did out here in Florida. They climbed up on a you know those little strip malls. They climbed up on the strip mall while everybody was gone, and they disconnected the units and threw them all over the back. Like literally the entire row, every condenser was thrown over the thing. And some of these were big package units, bro. Yeah. Some of them were just regular condensers, but like you'd go up there and it looked like something where they cut out all the copper from the big package unit. It was crazy. Whole shopping mall needed new ACs. They had to at least 10 of them.
That seems like a lot of work. You know, they could have worked hard.
My question is, who buys the copper? Wouldn't that be a red flag if you're a scrapper that looks at that?
Spread it out. You spread it out. You don't do it all at one place. Yeah, they are.
Bottom line, though, all the gas money driving around in those places. I often wonder the same thing because, like, people around here, they cut catalytic converters off cars. I'm like, who's buying these things? And they question it.
They're buying insights.
Yes, the precious metals inside of it they want.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, who's buying these things? They gotta know they're hot.
Yeah, but they don't care. Because they get more money for it, too.
You got some shady scrapyards around our place, then.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yo, you got a ponytail?
He's on the West Coast.
You got a ponytail?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your hair long enough.
Since I was a kid. Usually every about 4 years I cut it off and donate it.
Okay.
Never cut it.
Well, that reminds me, I was going to make that short of Katie cutting my hair because she made this joke. She's like, you want to donate that to Toupees of Love?
I could use one.
Yeah, I used to have
very good.
I remember when I had a ponytail.
When I found out I could get my hair cut for free if I donated it, then I just started donating it.
Cheap, so cheap.
I am.
Have Katie cut you. Go over to. Don't you live over there by Haugen Hill somewhere in Canada?
Now I just shave it off. My sister-in-law is buying the local hair shop. So when I do shave it off or cut it off, I just give it to her, and she sends it out.
What you doing out in the dark though? Katie's asleep. The baby's asleep.
Yeah,
Jake?
they're all asleep. I came out for a smoke. I finished eating like an entire can of salmon. I grabbed like 5 pieces of bread out of the loaf and threw it on a plate and grabbed a
Well,
can of salmon and just
it's
ate.
definitely not tobacco. What he's smoking out there?
What focus?
No, Jake, because he's gonna tear through a can of salmon and like
Yeah.
5 loaves of bread. So that's
Yeah.
definitely not tobacco.
Yeah.
All I ate was a pack of ramen today. I was hungry.
And a whole bowl of Fruit Loops. The whole box. I ate the whole box of
Why are
Fruit
you
Loops.
eating like a college student?
Did you
I
get
know,
Katie
it
pregnant
shows,
again?
too.
Right.
Did you
I'm
get Katie
pregnant,
pregnant again?
I'm pregnant this time.
Because you know they got that daddy sympathy thing, right?
Right.
Where the guy starts showing the signs of pregnancy with weird cravings.
Yeah.
I need some pickles and some Rocky Road ice cream, which I'll never understand pickles and ice cream. I don't need.
No. Katie got into pickles, but not with ice cream. She just ate pickles. She'd sit down with a jar of pickles and just eat them.
What is it about the vinegar and all that they?
I don't know.
Is
That
that
was
what-
spicy stuff. She wanted spicy stuff and pickles.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
electrolytes and salts.
I know you guys are from Wisconsin, but ketchup is not spice.
No. It wasn't ketchup. We grow some spicy peppers out in the greenhouse.
What kind of peppers are you growing?
Spicy ones.
Well,
Bell
aside
peppers?
from jalapenos, well, we got bell peppers. Those aren't spicy. Jalapenos are like the spiciest jalapenos I've ever had. I don't know
Well,
what
they
seeds
don't
she
sell.
got, but they were crazy.
They don't sell spicy peppers anymore at the market. They're all
No?
they're almost as hot as not even. It's almost like buying bell peppers in the shape of a jalapeno. They're not hot at all.
Right. The ones we grew, I took I made a small little slice of it, had like 3 seeds in it, and I was on fire. It was crazy hot. I'm like, are you sure these are jalapenos? Because this is nuts. In fact, ghost peppers that aren't as hot as them. I don't know. We've got Marconis. I don't think those are very hot, but they're huge. Because mostly the jalapenos we have are very hot.
They miled them out big time because of the whole jalapeno popper craze and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They really took the heat out of them. Now it's just like a sweet pepper almost.
Right.
I don't even know that crap. Peppers. Ugh. I only like green peppers, red peppers, and yellow peppers raw in a salad. That's the only way I'll eat that.
Katie does something. I forgot what kind of pepper that she does it with, but it's got one name, and then if you grill it, it becomes a different name. As crazy as that sounds, but then she'll make some kind of a green sauce out of them, and it's just delicious.
No. Anaheim peppers?
What's that?
Is it Anaheim peppers?
No, not Anaheim. I couldn't remember even if I
Or
heard
Hatch?
Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Louisville. I'm just naming places that might sound good at pepper.
Canadian hot peppers.
Canadians don't have hot peppers.
No, I like heat, but I like to still be able to taste the food. That Reaper stuff, that's just insane, man.
I don't understand why people would. Food is not supposed to hurt. I don't understand why people are like, oh, this is good. Like, what the hell, bro? Like,
same here. If you take the seeds out of those jalapenos that we have, then they're not bad. But the seeds are horrible. I mean, that's where all the heat is.
Here's the thing, though. Eventually, that stuff's got to come out the other end.
Right.
Exactly. Hot in, hot out.
Yeah.
I don't like having to go to the bathroom and have ice cubes when I go.
Yeah.
Right.
Burn up your
ice cream.
That's like, you ever watch? Yeah, dude. First of all, I think the show is genius. The show, First We Feast, Hot Ones.
Hot
I
Ones.
think that's a genius show. But like sometimes they'll have like a hot chick on there talking, and she's eating, and I'm like, oh, all I can think about is this hot chick having this burning anus. You know what I'm saying? Like now you're
Get all
not hot no
sweaty.
more. You're not hot no more. Just blowing up the bathroom as soon as this, and be like, "Oh, I just watched the episode." She immediately is gonna go to the bathroom and tear that sucker up. It takes away the whole allure of the hot chick. I don't know. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Her veins start sticking out in the forehead. She's all red and sweaty, and
Yeah, it comes out with match and stuff. Where's your air freshener?
where's your poopery?
Yeah. I don't care how many times you flush that toilet, homegirl. The smell ain't going away.
Nope.
It just takes. It's just. I don't know. Anyway, but I think the show's genius. Like I was like, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. I did that.
Those sauces.
I did them.
Oh, yeah?
They honestly, and I'm not even a hot. Okay, so me, who was it? It was me, Rob 93, and it was supposed to be Larry D. But Larry D's internet was all jacked up. We all got hot sauce from the show. We all got a pack of it, and we was gonna go live. We was do it, but Larry D's internet got messed up, so it was me and Rob 93. They didn't really start getting hot till like the bomb, the one that said the bomb.
Yeah.
And that one just tasted like chemicals.
Mm.
Towards the end they was hot, but the first 5 I was like, okay, these are actually kind of good. Like one of them was just straight up sweet. I was like, I don't even know how this has got on this list, but yeah, we got the little package of First We Feast or Hot Ones hot sauce, and we did it live. But the last 3 were definitely hot, but the bomb was the worst. Like I said, it tastes like chemical.
That's what everybody says. Usually they go, it tastes nasty. It's just hot and nasty.
It's not. It don't taste natural. I can tell you that. It don't taste like a natural flavor that's hot. Like you eat jalapenos, or you know what I mean. You could tell. I don't like the
floral peppers.
Oh, I don't know, but it was just hot. It was like I said, it wasn't hot. It felt like chemical burn. That's what it felt like, chemical burn, not heat burn, like chemical burn.
Yeah. Sprayed mace in your mouth.
Yes. Well, you know what I heard, Mexicali? I heard they outlawed that CS gas, or that stuff that they gave us in Boot Basic.
Yeah, why?
I heard they can't. I heard they can't use it no more because the new generations are snowflakes.
Are you serious?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's the truth. I heard they cannot use that same stuff that they used on us.
A rite of passage.
That's exactly. That's a rite of passage, bro. You come out there, snide. Yeah, I did. Trying to act cool, but you're snotting and throwing.
Nobody acts cool other than the chemical sergeant that's in there.
Yeah, without the mask, looking at you and stuff,
like laughing at you, like this ain't nothing. Dropping in the little capsules in the damn coffee can. Just
But it was. Did you ever? I don't know. If you was in the army, you know what I'm. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
All the armed forces do it because I even know the Navy does it.
I doubt they do it. I doubt.
No, they do it. My cousin.
Yeah, but I think they use like that same perfume that when you walk into Macy's they spray in your face.
That's probably worse than Mace. I can't handle those perfumes, man.
I know a couple ladies around town here. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're right. They're just using pepper spray now.
Yeah.
See?
That's not the same. That's not the same because when I went to the police academy, they sprayed us with pepper spray and it didn't bother me at all. At all. I mean, you could feel it burning, but it didn't. No, it just didn't stop me from doing anything. I was like, okay, so No, CS gas was worse because
that was
you can't do anything. You can't do anything because you're just trying to keep your eyes open from trying to keep them from closing.
You just a pile of mess. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I gave up all like the thought of me trying to look cool totally out the window. Just I don't care. I'm sweating, and as you sweat, it's worse because now it's getting more in your pores, and you got snot, literally rivers of viscous snot coming out all over in your mouth and
uncontrollable too. It's just
you couldn't stop it. Like you couldn't be like, let me try and shake it off and look cool. No, you just. But now you can't use it.
Well, what was worse for us is because we did basic during the winter, so it was cold when we went through the gas chamber. We went outside, and then after a while, it just kind of crystallizes on your skin, right?
Oh, so
now, they told us, because this is in the winter, do not run a hot shower. Well, of course, we didn't listen. Yeah. Of course, we didn't listen. It was fucking cold.
So it just got it melted and went in even more, didn't it?
Well, no, we gassed the entire bathroom in the barracks. We had to open up windows to try to air it out.
They made us. We had to do a 2-mile run back to the barracks after that. So first we go through a little obstacle course, and I was in Georgia. So now I got this Georgia sandy clay all up in my nooks and crannies and all that. So I'm sweating. I got little itchy scratch marks all in my undercarriage. I go into this place. I fall on the pieces. I hold my breath too. Right to go, and you think you're going to be able to hold your breath long enough, but you can't.
They make you.
Yeah, you can't. And the second, and you think, oh, I'll just do it real fast. I'll say my name. I'll say my rank. I'd say my soul. I'll do it real fast. That way I can get out. And you figure if you do it fast enough but the second that you go, huh, you're done. You're done. Then we get out and you're holding everything up in the air. And you run out. Yeah, we did it. And then we ran 2 miles back. And then we
What made it worse for us is because you go in. Well, at least we did in a single file line. Well, the guy that was like 3 people in front of me, he didn't get a proper seal in his mask. So usually what happened? Well, the way we did it is we came in with and then they tell us to don. They say gas, gas, gas. So you don it, clear it, whatever, right? And then they had us do calisthenics inside the chamber with the gas going on. Well, this guy, because his mask wasn't sealed, he started freaking out. And he wasn't clearing his mask correctly, and he lost it. He really thought he was gonna choke to death, and he just lost it. He was just jumping up and getting trying to run out of the little Quasin hut. And I remember that they couldn't pin him down, and he started running towards the front of the opening. And out of nowhere, Drill Sergeant Patterson, he was like 5'5". But he was like must have been like 220. That guy was built like a brick house. He comes down and he squats down and tackles the shit out of this kid. Sends him flying back into the Quantum hut, and they made him go to the back of the line. He had to go through the whole thing and clearing it. And I'm looking at this going, this is going to be real bad because this guy just freaked out.
I love watching people freak out. I love watching people. This one guy freaked out on the live fire range because in Georgia they had the black widows. He was definitely afraid of spiders, and we was down in the they had the pits, and we were shooting in the middle of shooting. This dude takes off and runs sideways across everybody's field of fire. We're like, like what are you doing? This other guy freaked out during the live fire. At the end in Benning. It's the home of the infantry for the army. We had a live fire range where we had to go through an obstacle course where they had snipers firing over your head. Wow. Now, I don't know how high they was firing over our head, but if you asked me to judge for real, I'd say it was like this high over our head. Like you're low crawling, but you're like, yo, I'm trying to dig in the dirt low crawl. I'm trying to get as low as possible.
I don't even know if they're really. I think it must be just blanks.
No, I saw the tracers zip over my head because it was nighttime. You could see the tracers go shoom, shoom. And this one guy flipped out and got up, stood straight up and started running back. Yeah, in that nighttime live fire. It was like, yo. But that was crazy because there was
the guy again.
Yeah, they didn't. They were good snipers, I guess, because they were,
No. I'm talking about no. They usually pull them aside, and they either get
Oh,
reclassed back or
no, it was towards the end. He went to see the head shrink. I don't really remember what happened. He was in one of the other platoons. The whole company went at one time. That was actually really cool. I was proud of myself to be able. Then they had like these little bends of TNT blow up beside you.
that shit freaked me out the first time because I wasn't expecting that to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the ground to shake like that and how loud it was.
You know what the cool part is you're low crawling, it blows up, and you lift off the ground. So like you're trying to pull yourself back down on the earth because you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna fly up and get shot. I'm gonna get shot in midair.
You can feel it. All your internal organs go. The concussion from it.
I loved it.
What the hell?
But I loved it.
You couldn't freeze up, or else somebody will run right over you.
You guys are crazy. Great. That's
crazy shit. Yeah.
Only part I had a hard time with, and that's because I'm afraid of heights, is when we did the obstacle course. You had to walk across the log.
Mm-hmm.
I got down and crawled across. I made it across, but I
did the hug. You hugged it.
Hugged it the whole way through. I was getting shit for it too, but I couldn't stand up. I tried it. My legs froze. And then, you know how they keep move it, private, move it. I was like, fuck. So I just got down and just kind of worked my way across.
I remember when we first did the live grenade range. They give you these grenades, right? And they still have the pin in it, but I've never held a grenade before. In my head, I know that you're supposed to pull the pin and then it's, but I grabbed the grenade and I grabbed it tight and the spoon moved inward. Like it has play to it, right? Yeah. And I grabbed it, I went, group, and I was like, oh! I was like, oh shit, I can't let the spoon out even just a little bit or it's going to blow up. So my hands were like this. So when we got time to actually throw the grenade, I told her, I said, I don't know if I can let go. My hands are stuck. But yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I liked it. I don't know. Anyway, look, I'm about to bounce, man.
Yeah, I think we could call it a night.
Yeah. Don't tell Jeff.
Yeah, we'll leave Jeff up here by himself.
You said you were going to go to bed 3 hours ago.
I know.
No, the dog's getting all weird.
Well, I'm surprised that on a Tuesday night, what is it? 3 hours? Is it? No, what time is it? It's like 1 o'clock for you guys.
It's 12:48 East Coast.
Come on, midnight.
Yeah, coming up.
12:48.
Time for the current airport. Oh, okay. Nice. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming up here. For those of you, there's still 20 people watching this late at night. Well, I just want to say thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. You guys take care.
Deuces.